Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. Um, well, we have a full moon, huh? Oh, last night was beautiful watching the lunar eclipse. It was, I guess it's called the May blood flower moon. It's like got my little one out to watch it. I don't know. I think the full lunar thing that's going to happen again is not for years. So I'm like, well, you might be an adult the next time this happens. Excuse me, I do have my Dr. Pepper Zero addiction. Well, I just wanted to check in, say hi to everybody. Yes, I'm a little exhausted today. This last week I went up to see my oldest in a different part of Texas, up north, which was lovely. I mean, I love driving in the springtime. Well, it feels like it's in the high 90s in Texas right now, early May. I have no idea if we're going to not have weather like Baghdad it does in July and August. It's like when it's in the high 90s, almost 100 in early May, it makes you kind of go, ooh. Probably switch from Dr. Pepper Zero to iced tea. So went and drove. It was beautiful. I'm so glad I could still drive. But saw a lot of wildflowers. Spent some time with my kiddo, the week after Mother's Day to spend that time with my grandbaby. Just nice to hang out. We watched some movies. Just, enjoying time with people that matter. So anytime I notice when I take those kind of trips, even though I don't push myself too hard, it's like the spoon theory with ALS, you only have so many spoons a day. And it's with any chronic disease, truly. So taking a shower costs you so many spoons, eating costs you so many spoons, walking somewhere costs you so many spoons. And then picking up my little granddaughter, she's just a little tiny thing, but realizing that my balance is not quite there. Sat down with her a lot, just watching. It's like you see new little lives and, kids, they just have so much hope in them. It's just adorable. So my daughter's struggling with, so far, a disease. We don't know exactly what it is. And of course, having a mom that has genetic ALS scares her. She imagines not having, being there for her baby. And as much as it's a scary thought, because what I have is 50-50, whether you inherit it or not. She's still really young, and her she has blood levels I didn't have, so she hasn't been genetically tested yet because she didn't want to. But we might be looking at that later this summer. So scary. My little one, she's growing. I mean, right now she's more legs than she is anything else, being 9.5. It is kind of cool. So and I was driving back. I was just driving back. I wanted to go to Waco, Texas, the birthplace of Dr. Pepper. There's the big Coca-Cola one in Atlanta, but it's a soda pop museum, and it used to be the plant where the original Dr. Pepper was taken. But I wanted to try Dr. Pepper there. You never know. I mean, how long does it take to, does it taste different when it's freshly produced? Of course, there was a big political rally in Austin, and going from that area back down to Houston would have been a little bit more of a drive. But I was driving back and I was just thinking, oh, it's so gorgeous. All these little flowers everywhere. I mean, it's really pretty if you look around and you see outside, it's green again. There's flowers, there's birds everywhere. I've seen a lot of hawks. But I swear, I was going over a little bridge and it had a little guard on the side. And there were two big birds. They were hawks. They weren't buzzards, or vultures. But one of them took off and had like almost a 5-foot, if not 6-foot wingspan. And I slowed down, 75 miles per hour there. I slowed down because I was like, ooh, that thing would come right through my windshield. But it had this body size of a small dog or a medium dog. I mean, I don't know what it ate. But that was pretty amazing to see when that close. Huge. One time after Katrina, I was a Texas ready nurse for many years and took care of the evacuees from New Orleans. And I remember after we were going out, one of the ER doctors, crash trauma, that's where they put me. We gave Alka-Seltzer. Poor souls lost everything and their stomachs were troubling them. Thankfully it wasn't stabbings or anything like that. But went over and we were walking to the parking lot and I saw a big old barn owl. I mean, this sucker was like probably 4 feet tall. So it's amazing when you see birds that big. Yeah, I'm used to the little tiny things. But so just kind of came home, doing all the pre-things, getting things ready. My little cousin, I'm flying out to New Mexico, which is going to be an adventure. Since I got diagnosed with ALS, I haven't been in an airport on a trip by myself. So it's a small, I mean, Albuquerque's not it's an international airport, but it's not gigantic. So hopefully in just a little, 1 hour flight, I don't waste my legs too much. It's important to have rolling suitcases. So I'll be excited about that. I got a hotel room that is disability friendly. I figure if my balance is off or I'm exhausted, at least I have some grab bars in the bathroom. So that will be fun. It's kind of interesting. I talked to my cousin. She's like, oh, our wedding's on the mountain. I'm like, yeah, I can walk around on flat surfaces. We'll see how well that goes. It's going to be beautiful though, seeing people get married. Just starting your life. So many little precious things. Nothing real exciting. I'm still in the clinical study. Tomorrow I have a minor surgery. Had to be up, I don't know, it's a minor surgery and I have to do 2 baths and wash, the bed sheets and make sure I'm on clean sheets and and take another scrub in the morning. It's like, I'm going to be put to sleep, which I passed all the pre-testing. It's just kind of, I don't know, I'm a little disconcerted about it. Can't you just give me a Valium? No, I'm just, I know, it could be painful. It's probably good. I just would rather have conscious sedation versus intubation because I don't want to remain intubated. And then, in my hospital thing, they're like, well, bring your advance directives and your living wills and your medical power of attorneys. Now, I've decided my advance directives. I don't want life-sustaining things to happen if it's related to ALS, but if it's something else, my brain's still working, my breathing's still working, yes, I don't want to die yet. So like, do you bring the DNR? Do you not? I mean, it's like, I don't want to just, oops, something happens, there you go. Yeah. Most likely it's going to be perfectly safe and everything's going to be good. My heart's strong enough. My breathing's strong enough. So at least I have a day down before I have to go back and go to the clinical study. Second to last dose that I know of so far. But I have to say, I mean, I know that the results aren't out on this investigational drug study I'm in, but I really feel like I have more energy than I did before, which is pretty amazing. I mean, you just got to keep going while you can and, drink up each moment when you can. I just am excited that finally I'm just going everywhere. It's been this whole pandemic, it's like you get diagnosed right before the pandemic comes. And then everything becomes more expensive, right? I have a power chair, yay. Though I can't find a vehicle that will take that power chair. So when my legs get weak, I get the transport chair, which because I'm flying and I'm nervous about it, but I'm gonna do it. I have family in the other state, so it's good. But, I'll bring my walker and my cane. So just depending on how I'm doing, I'll do it, right? But I'm pretty strong. Oh, this is cool. So ALS had a presentation on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. And I know that the Gleason Foundation submitted names, and of people they've helped with ALS, and Steve Gleason's name was there. But my name was also there, and I had someone that sent me a picture. So each year in the United States, and ALS-MND is not just something in the United States, it's around the world. but 6,000 people are diagnosed a year, and it's trying to get more research funding because it's not going to be an incurable disease. It's just an underfunded disease. So hopefully we can get more medicines. Like they made the Rabacava, which was a infusion drug. It now is an oral medication. And some people, it's not really effective for my form of ALS, MND, but for some people that would be a much nicer option to be on a medication that can help preserve your breathing for some, you know, versus having to get IVs. So hopefully, you know, funding, people get the funded for it. You know, it's just, medications can be expensive, but let's just hope that we break it through and we get some actual medications that can stop the progression. So what I'm on right now has really helped my breathing. I haven't, my ALS FSR score is steady, which I said the last time. So I am just excited about it. Here's the trip. I mean, just 4 days with my oldest and her baby and my son-in-law. Just fun. They have something up in North Texas, Czechoslovakian. They have these little kolaches and kielbasas, but the kolaches, they have one that has a like pecan pie. Now, people around the world may not be familiar with pecan pie, but it's kind of a nut pie that has kind of like that honey or Cairo syrup type sweetness in it with pecans and a soft bread thing. I could have one, but oh my God, delicious. Somehow I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that recipe. Well, my hands still work. So I just wanted to put a little hello in. You know, tomorrow will go okay. I've had these procedures before, so it's just maintenance to not get cancer. Who wants that? Wouldn't that be a bitch? I get something and I get, you know, there is a medication that will treat your neurological disorder, but then you catch cancer. That wouldn't be fun, you know, knocking on wood. So that's what's going on. Just gonna talk to my cousin. I have some wedding things for my oldest, see what she wants to pick for the ceremony next week. I can't believe it. All these young people, I mean, you know, you see them as kids, and, you know, I can remember my little cousin finding out when my cousin's girlfriend was pregnant, and, you know, now this little baby is grown up and is a woman and is getting married. Life happens so fast, doesn't it? You know, I had my oldest got married, and such a beautiful young lady. It's just beautiful to see, you know, the progression of life. You know, my age group, our music is in the grocery stores and in places where you shop. Of course, you know, different radio stations are still playing stuff from the 90s. Dave Matthews played on Friday here in Houston, and in Dallas on Saturday. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I'm having surgery. I have a wedding to go to. I just don't want to catch COVID. You know, when you have comorbidities, you got to be careful. So besides the fact it was 97 degrees, I mean, that's one thing I can't, true cold bothers me, true heat bothers me. So I need to be at that like constant 72, either indoors or in San Diego. But I don't think I'm going to be, you know, skipping and jumping and moving to San Diego anytime soon. I don't know. Things are good. I just want to put a little update. Nothing exciting, nothing terrible. Just keep it on, keep it on. I hope everyone has a very good week and have a good time. You know, it's like, you know, beginning of almost summer. So you guys take care. And remember not to look in the cracks and look at all the negativity, because if you just focus on that all the time, all you're going to do is focus and see more of it. So if you can, focus on the good things, focus on beauty, focus on, you know, the people you care about, on the good things about yourself, and then you're going to see more of that around. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, maybe I'll do a video in New Mexico. I also have to bring my travel microphone so you guys can hear me. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, take care.